Hello, my name is Rick Riddle. This is GM543 Economics for Managers. This is the spring 2023 term, or term 3 on the 2022-2023 academic calendar. So let's spend a few minutes talking about what the requirements are for this class, a little bit about how grading is done for the class. So requirements for the class in terms of textbooks, there are two textbooks. The first one is Managerial Economics, a problem-solving approach by Frobe and McCann. That one you can use either an ebook or a physical book for that one. The second one, though, New Ideas from Dead Economists by Todd Buckles. Paperback copy of the book is required in order to properly cite quotations from the individual philosophers for many of the weekly discussion questions. So again, if you don't have the paperback book, the page numbers will be incorrect, and you will lose points for incorrect citations. Let's talk about what the individual, how grading is calculated in terms of the class. So there's threaded discussion. There's one threaded discussion section. A couple of them, some of them have more than one part on them, but one threaded discussion section for each week number 1 through week number 11. Overall, that's worth 30% of your grade. Week number 11, your stock game is due, and that stock game project, and there's a separate video, so please watch that separate video on the stock game in order to understand that a little bit better. That's worth 30%. The project submission is worth 30% of the grade in week number 11. The theory assignments is the theory assignment in week number 1 through week number 9, and that's worth 35% of your grade. And finally, the module paper, which is similar to module papers that you've written in other MBA classes at Franklin Pierce, and that's worth 5% of your grade overall. Grading is going to follow the standard Franklin Pierce MBA grading format. Basically, 73 to 100 is basically passing. 93 to 100, for example, is an overall A. So talk about the individual components of the grade. Again, we're not going to spend any time in this specific video talking about the stock game, because there's a separate video all on the stock game itself, because that one takes longer all by itself to talk about. But in terms of threaded discussion, there's threaded discussion question in each, or threaded discussion section, I should say, in each numbers, weeks number 1 through week number 11. There's none in week number 12. Some of them have more than one part. So for example, week number 1, you'll see when you go to the thread discussion section, there is an introduction, explain who you are, who you work, what you do for work, how far along are you towards your MBA, those types of things, what your MBA is, concentration is in, and then a section about talking about responding to my question about sale of human organ parts. All right. So students are expected to answer each question, all parts of a question. You don't have to copy the requirements. Please don't copy the requirements for the threaded discussion. In your thread discussion response. Please don't sign it with your name on it. Please don't say thank you. Please don't say hello peers or hello classmates or anything. That's all taken for granted. Please also try to avoid any kind of flowery, non-content added responses to your peers, like great post, I agree with what you say, nicely done, well done, anything like that. You're going to lose points for that. That doesn't add anything to discussion. Let's basically everybody agree at the beginning of the class that all of your peer posts are basically good. And if you start writing responding to peers that's a great post, then it's basically like saying that if the other peers that you don't say great post, that their post isn't great. So let's try to avoid anything like that. Right. In terms of initial postings, your initial post for everything except week number 1, so week numbers 2 through week number 11, basically for thread discussion, your initial post is due not later than Wednesday. Now, note that your thread discussion is open for all units, as is all the other sections of the class, except, I should say, a couple of the homework sections, which are based on economic indicators, which are up-to-date types of items. Those you won't be able to answer earlier than the week of the actual indicator itself, but there's only 2 of those. But the other ones, you basically could do the homework if you wanted to early. The module paper, you probably want to wait until the very end of class, because this basically says what did you learn in the class and how can you apply what you've learned to class in terms of your overall life and in terms of your goals, in terms of your original paper that you submitted in the leadership class. But otherwise, you can respond to threaded discussion questions like in week number 1, if you wanted to. You could respond to threaded discussion for week number 2 or week number 3, 4, 5, any that you wanted to early. But then I need for you to respond to the thread discussion question again later in the week, and it could be like You could post like early for thread discussion for week number 1 and post it like, or week number 2 I should say, post that in week number 1, thread discussion for week number 2, your initial post, and then post like on Tuesday night your second post for week number 2 thread discussion. But then you need to post we need to post on at least 3 different days overall, and at least one of those days must be Thursday, Friday, or Saturday of that discussion week. So basically, one requirement is that you need to post at least one of your posts after all of your peers' original initial postings have been due, right? That basically says that everybody has been active in threaded discussion after all of their peers have done their initial post at least, right? Or should have done their initial post at least. All of your posts should be well written. All should be content added. Again, there are 2 different types of threaded discussion questions. Some are related to the new ideas from dead economists, and you'll see that when you go to each of the threaded discussion topics, you'll see like one of them might be compare the economic ideas of 2 of the different philosophers. So if it's and they give you the names of those philosophers. If it's new ideas from dead economists, your initial post should be only based upon the reading itself, the reading from the new ideas from dead economists, right? And supported by at least one quote from each of those philosophers, though I suggest more than one. Putting that quote in italics, in quotation marks, and citing a page number as well, right? When you're posting your initial post to other threaded discussion that is not related to new ideas from dead economists, please be sure to research at least your initial post and use any textbook terms and concepts that you can. So 1, research, and 2, using any textbook terms and concepts that you can. Also, when you do some of your follow-ups for not new ideas from dead economists, you might want to do some research as well, and again, use any terms and concepts you can from the textbook that you might think of later on. In terms of your new ideas from dead economists, as I said, your initial post must be only related to the reading itself, right? But if you want to do some research related to that philosopher and post that as part of your response to new ideas from dead economist philosophers, you can do that, but only as a subsequent response, not part of your initial posting itself to new ideas from dead economists. So new ideas from dead economists posting basically summarize the initial post has got to include at least one, though I suggest 2 quotes, probably even 3 quotes from each of the individual philosophers that week. And different sections of the reading from each one of those, because it's like a 25 or 30 page different reading there. And then any follow-ups that you have then can incorporate outside research if you want to in those new ideas from dead economists. Right? Hopefully that wasn't totally confusing on there. Now I will tell you also that generally the best grade that most people are going to get is a 96 in terms of weekly threaded discussion, because nobody's post is ever perfect. That being said, I probably will give 198 or 100 to somebody every week, or maybe even 2 people whose posts are just so outstanding that they went well above and beyond excellent marks. Okay? And note that I basically say excellent from my perspective is doing better than expectation. If all you do is meet expectations, that's basically average work, and that's basically B type of work. If you post a threaded discussion only late on Wednesday and late on Saturday, that's going to give you a grade of not above 80 out of 100. That's assuming everything else on your post is perfect. Posting your responses to peers only late on Saturday night, so that's totally unrelated to your initial posting. If you're only posting follow-ups only on Saturday night, then that's going to give you not better than a B+ grade, right? Now, I will also mention to you that in terms of your postings, please make your postings always efficient and effective. A lot of students write on in terms of writing long paragraphs or long initial posts or follow-ups. If you're not efficient and effective, it basically scares readers away and you will lose points from them. Make your post efficient and effective. Where you can, use a descriptive header. So, for example, if I ask you to apply agency theory to your company, then you might use in terms of your header for your initial posting, whatever the name of your employer is, and then agency theory in practice. Use bullets if you can to make your posting attractive to the eyes. in terms of your postings. Don't post attachments, or don't post your posting itself as an attachment. If you wanted people to read a link that you've attached, give them a summary of what they're going to find at that link. If you're applying text terms and concepts to your initial posting, please highlight, bold them, or italicize them to make them stand out and make your post more professional and easier to read. You want to make your postings stand out. So format is part of the grade as well as the content itself in terms of your threaded discussions. Okay, again, your stock game is a whole different section on the stock game, a whole different video, so please watch that separate video. In terms of homework, there is weekly homework, week numbers 1 through week number 9. Right, the theory assignments, if you do any outside research, which is going to be, most of them are going to require some outside research, be sure to cite your sources. Wikipedia, for example, is not a credible source and not for anything in my class, any MBA classes. Week number 6 homework is a project update. So that is not like outside research, and it's not part of the project grade, but part of the weekly assignment grade. And there's also going to be a short section in week number 2 about giving you what your initial portfolio is for your project as part of your homework. All right. In terms of submitting a file, one single file every single week for your homework, not multiple files, one single file, one Word file only. If you do a PDF file, I will return it to you and ask you to resubmit it, and you will lose points for it being late if you don't submit that file early and are not able to resubmit it before the due date. Another part of your grade is the module paper. The module paper is worth 5% of your grades. The 3 sections, these basically follow the individual sections that are part of the standard MBA, Franklin Pierce MBA module papers requirements. Please be sure to put each individual part. So part 1, put the individual parts themselves. So in the first section, I'd either say part 1, and I suggest actually copying the actual questions here that I have, and then answering the total part 1, and then part number 2, write the individual, copy the individual questions, and then your answer for part number 2, and then the same thing for part number 3. Now that makes sure that I follow what you're answering where, and also helps to make sure that you answer all sections, all different parts of the paper itself. Now remember, part number 1 basically, what have you learned in the class? What did you learn? Not what did we cover specifically, but what did you learn? Summarize what you learned in the class. Part number 2, how is this course relevant to your workplace or other activities? How can you apply this in terms of your regular life? Can you apply this, any of the concepts we talk about, in terms of your regular life, in terms of your hobbies, in terms of work, anything else, any interest that you might have? And finally, the third part, how does this learning from this class apply to your strategy and your foundation paper? Do you have to make any adjustments in it? Now remember that I didn't read, I don't have your foundation paper, I don't want it, but I want basically for you to basically identify specifically how this class fits into the requirements and goals, objectives, and strategies you identified in the foundation, in your foundation paper. Now, if you haven't taken the leadership class yet, or you're taking it in conjunction with this class, please be sure in your foundation paper to identify that you haven't actually submitted your foundation paper yet. So there are some suggestions here in terms of some portfolio artifacts that you might want to include in your module paper. Then finally, we have basically a section here that goes over what the dates are for the individual modules, what the chapters are covered are, what the assignment is for each different section, and what the reading is in terms of the Philosopher's New Ideas from Dead Economists textbook. Now, many of these will coincide directly with the New Ideas from Dead Economists, Philosopher's Thread discussion. But some of them, there will be a couple of these individual reading weeks combined into 1 week in terms of the thread discussion postings. Right? So I'm just going to take 1 minute over here and go back to the course itself. Go back here. If I go into the class, and what you have will look different than what I have. So I should note that when you come into the course itself and you get into your home page, you should see I believe it's two most recent announcements for the class, and those should show up at the top for you. So we have different modules and different sections for each different module. Now note that the modules, for example, each module has a summary for each individual